take you to this story now. Gauteng police have launched a manhunt for suspects in the murder of two witnesses who were shot dead outside the Randburg Magistrate's court yesterday morning. The shooting has raised concerns about safety in the country's judicial institutions. Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba is on that story for us, and he joins us now. Ziniko, good morning to you. It is a police operation that you are part of, but at the same time, there was that ugly incident that occurred at the Randburg Magistrate's Court yesterday. Try to marry the two, what the police are doing this morning and the incident that occurred yesterday.
That's what we'll try to do, because both items are very, very important when it comes to the news agenda in South Africa. You remember that we're heading to the much active, much prone to crime season in South Africa, the festive season, which the Department of Transport and police authorities have earmarked for serious interventions in terms of trying to ensure that South Africans on the roads are safe, but also use the same opportunity to crack down on anti-corruption measures, such as people who are driving stolen vehicles, people who do not have the legal documents to be on the roads, but also those that are owing the transport authorities some fines as well. But as you said, that was that incident that shocked the entire nation, where two witnesses were gunned down at the entrance of the Judicial Court. So those are the matters we will try to get a comment from the Provincial Commissioner on. So starting with the Operation Shanyelwa in Garangwe, in one of the major roads in this particular part of the province, you can see that police officers are out in full force, embarking, inspecting various vehicles to check whether their license discs are still within the right periods in terms of their licensing duration, but also check if there are any stolen vehicles. As you can see, it's a multidisciplinary operation. We see people from the local Metro Police Department, but also from SAPS, and those volunteers called Amapanyas in a slang, which is popularly, related to the officials which were launched by the provincial premier here in Gauteng. So let's get closer to the action and see the operation in action. As you can see, these officers are doing what they've been doing throughout the morning, which is inspecting vehicles. But let's get a sense of how the operation is going. Let's bring in Commissioner Mawela, who has SAPS here in Gauteng. Commissioner, thank you very much for your time. This is a continuous process, a continuous project that you've been spearheading as a provincial commissioner. Talk to us about what's happening here today. We see Home Affairs is here. We see local metropolises are also here. Give us a sense of the background of this operation, but what have you been finding so far? Because you started early in the morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. The structure of our operation, always we believe in multiplicity, whereby we bring all law enforcement agencies, including the regulatory directorate from the metros where we are operating. And then in an integrated manner, then we assign to one space so that each agency, each department, they enforce their legislative mandate. So where you see us with Chanela operation, it's like a one-stop shop. And by so doing, we have managed to achieve massive successes. For example, here you'll see we are having Gauteng traffic, and then they remove cars which are not roadworthy, and then they issue tickets to those who are in contravention with the Road Traffic Act. And we also have the TMPD, because we are in Tshwane now, and they also ensure that they enforce whatever they have to do. We have Home Affairs, immigration laws, the police, we look for drugs, we look for firearms, we look for stolen vehicles and so forth. And we have done very well in that undocumented number. Now it has increased, over 30 of those are arrested. And the shebeens, again, the number went up. We have managed to close 6, alcohol removed, and those dealers are arrested. And stolen vehicles still remain the same, 3 vehicles taken off the road, because their engine numbers and VIN numbers were tampered with for further investigation. Possibly they are stolen or reported stolen elsewhere. Yeah.
Has the operation been effective, though? Because it's been ongoing for some time now. Yes, we can give us the numbers from what's happening from this particular operation, but generally, in terms of fighting or trying to achieve what the minister and yourself are trying to get to in terms of eradicating all these crimes on the road, overall, has it been effective?
The operation, it has been effective. Number one, something which does not need a record science. Go and ask Department of Correctional Services. They will tell you that the jails are overflowing. So who brought the people in there? It is this kind of an operation. It does the effectiveness part of it. Go to the courts and see how busy the courts are. It shows the effectiveness of this operation of ours. So a lot of criminals who thought that they can just operate in impunity, they now operate watching their backs, because at any time of the day we can arrest them.
Talking about the courts, Commissioner, yesterday there was an incident where 2 witnesses were killed outside the judicial institution in Randburg. Talk to us about the safety and the policing of these institutions from the SAPS perspective, but also can you give us an indication of how far the investigations are on that matter so far?
Yeah, firstly we condemn that incident with strongest terms it deserves. But our investigators, they are hard at work, following each and every lead and information in their disposal. And the team from the province are the ones who are handling this case. And we believe that not in a distant future we will be able to identify those who are responsible for this. But at the same time, we call upon the communities, those who were closer to where the incident happened, that if they have information or they recall anything which it may assist us in cracking this case, let them feel free to share that information with us. But coming to the safety of our courts, you will see that when you go to each and every magistrate court, the regional court, the high court, you'll find the police officers inside, whom we call them the court ordinance. So those people, they are the ones who must ensure that there is order inside the court. And the court itself, from the Department of Justice, they do have the securities who are ensuring that they do the access control. So this incident, it has happened in front of the court, but outside the court. It's a public space. Unfortunately, when it happens, there was nobody close by to can assist or whatever, or to can arrest those people. But with our investigation, we believe that those who have committed that heinous crime, they will be arrested soon.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
You're welcome.
That's Commissioner Mawela, the Provincial Commissioner of SAPS in Gauteng. But just quickly, let's give you a sense of some of the vehicles which have been identified as stolen. We're going to quickly give you those visuals. This is a VW Polo which was tampered with in terms of its engine, according to the authorities here. And then that Mini Cooper that you see there, it's a stolen vehicle which was stolen in Honeydew in Johannesburg. It's been over a year now that this vehicle has been stolen, but it was discovered and identified on this particular operation here in Ga-Rankuwa. So those are some of the things that police officers have been dealing with throughout the morning here in Ga-Rankuwa. So it's back to you, Polly, for now.
Ziniko Mhlaba, thank you very much live for us there at the police operation. Very important work.